Good morning and welcome to African Union Television News. Wednesday morning, 1st January 2026. Live on Facebook, all our social handles. My name is Kwasi Amankwah. Coming up, NIMOS officer shot, one assailant killed in Bono region anti-Galamsey operation. 13 illegal miners arrested in Western North Korea. Brother ordered to pay 100,000 to Empress gifting defamation case. Protests at U.S. Embassy won't expedite Yato's written fund. U.S. visa freeze. Minority demands Ablakwa sacking over diplomatic failures. And JUSAC suspends intended strike as government response to concerns. Details. A member of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS Task Force, has been shot during an anti-Galamsey operation in the Bono region, while one armed attacker was killed in a shootout. According to a statement signed by NIMOS Media Relations Officer, Kwasi Amankwah, the incident occurred on Tuesday, January 2026, along the Tubikro-Tremasu Strait in the Domas Central Municipality, after armed men hiding in nearby bushes opened fire on the task force. One NIMOS officer sustained a gunshot wound. The thigh is receiving treatment at St. Matthew Catholic Hospital in Ampikro. One of the assailants, identified as Abu Ibrahim, was shot dead during the exchange and pronounced dead on arrival. Despite the attack, NIMOS reaffirmed its commitment to intensify operations against illegal mining and urged continued support for stakeholders. The Inche District Office of the Forestry Commission arrested 13 illegal miners who invaded the Boy, Tano, and Kema Asemkro forest reserves in the Western North region. An operation coordinated by the Western North Regional Forest Services Division last night saw the burning of several pieces of equipment and makeshift structures erected by the miners inside the reserve. The Boy, Tano, and Jema Asemkro forest reserves are among the green spaces that have come under attack by illegal miners. The suspects have since been handed over to the Inche Police Command for prosecution. The Tema High Court has ordered evangelist Patricia Siedu, popularly known as Nana Grada, to pay 100,000 Ghana cedis in damages to gospel musician Empress Gifty Adoy in a defamation suit. The ruling brings closure to a case that began in May 2025 when Empress Gifty filed a 20 million Ghana cedis defamation lawsuit against a brother over what she described as slanderous and libelous statements made about her. The High Court A, presided over by Justice Janet Mafo, issued the order after both parties agreed to settle the matter out of court. In addition to the monetary compensation, the court directed Nana Grada to publicly retract all allegations made against Empress Gifty and issue a formal apology. News reporter Mike 2 reports that the settlement marks the end of the legal dispute between the two public figures. Frank Davis, a member of the legal team representing the former Finance Minister Keno Ofori-Atta, has cast doubt on the effectiveness of protests staged outside the United States Embassy in Accra, calling for his client's return to Ghana. His remarks come after pressure group Arise Ghana organized a demonstration at the embassy on Tuesday, where protesters clad in red and black held placards reading, "Bring home and no hiding place for corruption." The protest is linked to ongoing investigations by the Office of the Special Prosecutor into financial transactions approved by Mr. Ofori-Atta's time as Finance Minister. Ofori-Atta is currently outside the country as the investigations continue. Speaking on Joy News, The Pulse, Mr. Davis argued that such demonstrations have no bearing on decisions taken by the U.S. authorities. He questioned the logic behind the action, suggesting that simply picketing at an embassy would not compel a foreign government to deport an individual. He noted that if protests alone could trigger deportations, global order would be severely disrupted. When pressed on whether he viewed the demonstration as unnecessary, Mr. Davis pushed back, insisting that international legal processes do not operate in a vacuum. Further pointed out that if returning Ofori-Atta were that straightforward, the Ghanaian government would not have had to initiate the formal extradition procedures through the Attorney General. The Minority Caucus has called for the immediate removal of Foreign Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, accusing him of diplomatic missteps that have damaged Ghana's international reputation, particularly following the recent U.S. decision to pause migrant visa processing for Ghanaians. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, January 2026, Minority spokesperson Nana Asafo-J.I. said Ghana's inclusion on the U.S. list of 75 affected countries reflects a failure of quite effective diplomacy. He criticized Mr. Ablakwa for what he described as confrontational and publicity-driven diplomacy, arguing that it has strained relations with the U.S., Israel, and parts of Europe. Minority urged President Mahama to act decisively, insisting that Ghana's reputation abroad and the welfare of its citizens require a change in leadership at the Foreign Affairs Ministry. The Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAC, has suspended its intended strike following government's response to its demands. A statement issued and signed by the national president of JUSAC, Mr. Samuel Afote Otu, on Tuesday said the planned strike has been suspended pending implementation of the payment plan by government. It said the government had responded to JUSAC's demands following its announcement to embark on an indefinite strike from Monday, 19th January 2026, over delays in the payment of 8 months' salary arrears to staff. Staff of the Judicial Service are therefore admonished to attend to their normal duties as we monitor progress of implementation, the statement said. JUSAC announced its decision to embark on an indefinite nationwide strike beginning January 19, 2026. Following the announcement, the National Labour Commission summoned the Judicial Service and the Ministry of Finance to hear the issues. Top stories before we go. NIMOS officer shot one assailant killed in Bonore. Anti-Galamsey operation. 13 illegal miners arrested in Western North Grade. Brother ordered to pay 100,000 Ghana cedis to Empress Gifty information case. Protests at U.S. Embassy won't expedite operators return. Frank Davis. U.S. visa freeze. Minority demands a block of sacking over diplomatic failures. JUSAC suspends intended strike as government response concerns. That ends news at the morning. Bosses up next with DK Warrens. Good morning.